On OSRC News at 7, Ondo Governor vows swift justice following deadly attack on farm settlements. Clerics urge Nigerians to pray for President Tinubu during Ramadan and
attacks on Alajido and Sunday Camp farm settlement in Akure North local government area. The governor also promised immediate security measures to restore peace and alleviate the suffering of the affected communities. Our correspondent, Kuni Ario, reports.
Earlier this week, residents of Alajido and Sunday Camp farm settlement in Akure North local government area were woken by gunfire and chaos. Armed attackers suspected to be herdsmen descended on the communities in the early hours, leaving a trail of devastation. In the aftermath, no fewer than 9 lives were lost, while survivors fled, leaving the once thriving camps deserted. Responding swiftly, Ondo State Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa directed operatives of the Ondo State Security Network Agency known as Amotekun to visit the scene for an on-the-spot assessment. Amotekun Corps Commander Adetunji Adeleye, who led the team, confirmed the scale of destruction.
On behalf of the good people of Ondo State, and as directed by His Excellency the Governor of Ondo State, I wish to commiserate with the affected families, and we want to assure the residents, the farmers, that now that the government is here, we would secure the place and ensure that the culprits are brought to book. It's a very unfortunate situation, and we pray that such a situation will not happen again.
He assured residents that the state governor was deeply concerned about their safety and well-being, and that no stone will be left unturned in bringing the perpetrators to justice. Adeleye also said that the governor has summoned all heads of security agencies in the state, tasking them with ensuring that such an attack never occurs again. He urged displaced residents to return to their homes and farms, promising improved security to guarantee their protection. The regent of Ademekun in Akure North, Princess Adelowo Adekemisola, recounted the harrowing event. She described the fear and confusion that engulfed the community as the attackers struck.
Say one person can kick out. You kill like 100. That's why Fulani enter around midnight, 2 o'clock for Saturday. And they kill everybody for this camp. And that's now I see when they come. Now we rush go meet government from those states. I thank Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa for sending Amotekun down this community come and rescue us.
One of the survivors, 35-year-old Samson Joro, a farmer from Taraba State, expressed deep despair over the tragic incident. He lamented the loss of lives and livelihoods.
The Director General of the Jigawa State Pilgrims Welfare Board, Ahmed Labo, in a statement in duty at the state capital through the public relations officer of the board, Habibu Gubara. According to Labo, the airlift of intending pilgrims from Nigeria to Saudi Arabia will commence in May 2025. He expressed dissatisfaction with the preparations, ensuring a smooth and comfortable journey for the pilgrims. The Director General assured all that all necessary arrangements have been made, including the preparation of traveling bags and uniforms for the intending pilgrims, which are now ready for collection. Therefore, he attributed the selection of Maxey to NACON's dedications to maintaining the highest standards of safety, efficiency, and comfort for all pilgrims. The House of Representatives has retained value-added tax VAT at 7.5% and rejected a staggered increase to 15% by 2030 as proposed in the tax reform bills being debated at the National Assembly. The House also rejected the proposed reintroduction of inheritance tax under the guise of taxation of family income. Meanwhile, the Nigerian Chamber of Commerce, Industry, Mines and Agriculture, NASIMA, said it would await details of what was approved before making any comments. On its part, the Movement for Socialist Alternative, a member of the Joint Action Front, the umbrella body of pro-people civil society organizations, urged Nigerians that it's not yet time. Submitting the report during plenary in Abuja, the chairman of the Committee on Finance, Mr. James Faleke, said that the report represents an extensive review of the bills carried out by the committee with careful consideration of public inputs. The Damo State Police Command has arrested a 43-year-old man named Rabi Usman for defiling a minor. In a press statement issued by the command spokesman, Chief Superintendent of Police Suleiman Nguruje said that Usman was arrested for defiling an 11-year-old minor in Tindore District, Ganye local government area of the state. He said that the victim was taken to a medical facility in Ganye for medical examination and treatment. On his part, the Adamawa State Commissioner of Police, Nakobo Morris, strongly condemned the act and directed the officer in charge of the family support unit of the command to take over the investigation and ensure a diligent prosecution of the suspect. The commissioner urged parents and guardians to closely monitor their children and report to the police, especially those with questionable characters. We'll take a break now. When we come back, News at 7 continues. Please don't go away.
Is there a
bro, I tell you, this match 3-0.
Okay.
If I win you, something will come out.
Don't play with me. Fast ball. You know what? You go shot
Bro.
you. Now we got this match.
Keep the banter going with Glow Borrow Me Credit or Data. Dial star 303 hash to borrow airtime or data and pay later.
Is it ready?
Only one thing I didn't.
Power your relentless ambition with ultra-high speed data. Glow Unlimited.
Glad to have you back. You can watch us live on our website www.osrc.ng or follow us on Facebook at Osrc TV, and on YouTube you can subscribe to our channel Osrc TV Ondo. In Taiwan, studying subjects related to microchips has for years offered students the best career prospects, but the industry suffers from a shortage of talent. Now, the world's biggest chip maker, the Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing Corporation, plans to invest in U.S. production, and some fear that could worsen the problem. Blessing will be fast details.
The National Taiwan University in Taipei is one of the island's top institutions, producing many graduates who enter Taiwan's semiconductor industry. Alan Teng is a third-year master's student in nanoelectronics. It says entering this field was an easy decision.
With financial prospects in mind, I decided since I liked physics, but also wanted a decent salary, electrical engineering would be the best choice.
Alan thought finding a job wouldn't be a problem, as Taiwan's semiconductor industry has become a powerhouse in the global chip supply chain, and that has led to an employment boom for those with skills in science, technology, engineering, and maths, known as STEM. Taiwan's semiconductor industry accounts for about 15% of its economy. According to one bank report, master's graduates entering the field can earn nearly 3 times more than the average bachelor graduate. But an announcement by the world's top chip manufacturer, the Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing Corporation, or TSMC, that is investing $100 billion to expand chip manufacturing operations in the US, is raising concerns about the effect of increased competition for talent on Taiwan's economy and its citizens in the industry.
If more jobs shift to the US, Taiwanese engineers who can't relocate may have to settle for second-tier companies or contract work rather than top-tier positions.
TSMC produces 90% of the world's advanced chips.
Thank you very much.
Its move will help fulfill Donald Trump's pledge to bring manufacturing jobs to the US and also allay Western concerns China could control the global chip supply chain if it seized Taiwan.
Concentrating the entire semiconductor industry here is geopolitically dangerous. To mitigate risk, it makes sense to diversify with Japan, the US, and Germany. It'll benefit the future of the global AI industry and is the right approach.
Taiwan's government says it will maintain its lead in what it sees as a vital sector, but its dominance may be tested as operations shift offshore. Blessing Obi, Osrc News.
And Chinese procuratorial organs have prosecuted 21,404 individuals in 2024 for the production and sale of counterfeit and substandard goods. In addition, procuratorial organs nationwide approved the arrest of over 7,700 people in connection with this crime. The Supreme People's Procuratorate also released 6 typical cases involving the production and sale of counterfeit and substandard goods that directly affect people's livelihood. These cases include fake fire extinguishers, diesel, cosmetics, fertilizer, and pharmaceuticals. It added that the efforts would focus on tackling issues such as the sale of fake goods, online platforms, and live streaming channels, as well as ensuring food and drug safety in rural and urban areas. Meanwhile, former Philippine President Rodrigo Duterte is now in the custody of the International Criminal Court in Hague on charges of crimes against humanity. He was arrested at Manila Airport on a warrant linked to his so-called war on drugs while in office. Supporters of the former Philippine president are now calling for his release. Adirunke Kalawani completes the story.
Supporters of former Philippine President Rodrigo Duterte in a convoy with sirens blaring. They are hoping to be heard from Davao City all the way to the hub where the International Criminal Court is holding him.
We won't lose hope because we believe that his arrest was illegal. If the ICC is truly guided by the rule of law, it would find Duterte innocent.
Demonstrations have been held daily here in Duterte's hometown, calling for his release. But the closest families of the thousands of people killed in Duterte's so-called war on drugs have been to seeing justice served. And for human rights advocates, it's a step towards the closure they've been long sought for survivors.
It began with a nightmare because this should not have happened in the first place. But since it did, goodwill responded and goodwill also won.
Before he was taken into ICC custody, Duterte maintained he did only what he thought was best for his country.
This will be a long legal proceedings. But I say to you, I will continue to serve my country.
His former police chief, Senator Ronald De La Rosa, who appeared publicly on Thursday for the first time since Duterte was arrested, says he's also ready to face ICC charges.
I am prepared. Whatever happens, when that warrant or arrest is issued against me and to be implemented against me, then I am ready to face all the consequences.
Consequences, those who lost loved ones say, have been a long time coming, but for supporters, it's politically persecution. Adirunke Kolawole, Osrc News.
And now to sports. Talent, hard work, and sportsmanship were on full display at Ejioba High School Akure held its annual inter-house athletics competition. The event attracted students from other schools, staff, dignitaries, and parents. Blessing will be reports.
A colorful parade by students from the various houses ushered in this year's inter-house sport competition at Ejioba High School. The event brought together students, staff, dignitaries, and parents, all eager to witness a vibrant showcase of athletic talent and determination. Welcoming the guests and participants, the principal of Ejioba High School, Mr. Godson Lokoyi, emphasized the significance of extracurricular activities in shaping students beyond academics.
As we come together to cheer our friends, let us remember the countless hours of practice and preparations that have led to this moment. Whether it is sports, music, drama, or academics, every participant has poured their hearts into this performance, and their efforts deserves our utmost respect and admiration.
Representing blue, green, red, and yellow houses, the students competed in various events, including the march past 100-meter, 200-meter, and 400-meter races. The excitement reached its peak during the 4x100-meter relay as participants raced with determination to claim victory. Invited schools and staff members also joined in the races, adding to the fun and excitement. In a gesture of social responsibility, the chairman on the occasion, Ayodele Falaye, represented by Victor Omodara, donated sporting equipment to support the school.
You know that footballers without soccer, without boots, it's not easy. And sprinters just running on their bare feet, it's not okay. So I know that with these sporting equipment, even though they are few, but they will go a long way to enhance sporting activities in the school. In fact, I'm not even sure if the school has a table tennis board. So it's one of their requests, and the request was made.
At the end of the competitions, Red House emerged champions with 459 points, while Green House finished second with 429 points. Students and staff described the competition as a resounding success, encouraging students to embrace the values of teamwork, discipline, and sportsmanship.
It should be sporty. They should have the spirit of sportsmanship, that they can equally make it through sports, and that they should not fight during entire sports.
As a sport person, that it is not only academics. So what makes academics is more than a classroom. Sports, labor, and some other things. The other skill, you know, we have three: the psychomotor, the other ones, and what have you. So the student, we advise them at least to make sure that they participate in sports and some other events other than classroom assignments.
I feel great, and I feel happy. At least it's the last one also. Let's just see the last one. So I just feel happy, and everything was just great. Everything went well.
For the students, the day was about more than just victories. It was a chance to build friendships and learn life lessons through the spirit of sports. Blessing Obe, Osrc News.
And still on sports, Manchester United has announced new stadium of 100,000 capacity venue to cost $2.5 billion. There has been a mixed response from Manchester United supporters groups after the club went public with plans for a new stadium. Some fans have claimed the design fails to reflect the United heritage, and it's unclear now how the $2.5 billion venue will be funded.
A place for glory, a place for pride.
A false glimpse at what Manchester United hope will become the world's greatest football stadium, with a 100,000 capacity is central to co-owner Jim Ratcliffe's vision of the club's future.
We have 1 billion people around the world who follow Manchester United, and they will all want to visit this stadium. The Premier League is indisputably the best football league in the world, maybe the best sports league in the world, and it must have a stadium that's at least the equal of the best in Europe.
The $2.5 billion venue will be built next to United's current home, Old Trafford, which is 115 years old, and like the team, has been in steady decline. United, who are 14th in the Premier League and more than $1 billion in debt, haven't specified how it will be paid for. Only what they envisage it will be part of a wider government regeneration plan.
Ratcliffe wants somebody else to help him pay for this project. Now, of course, he's a businessman. You know, he's in the business of making profit, and if he can get somebody else to pay for his plans, his ambitions, his developments, then he's going to do that.
Very carefully. Leading the new stadium task force is Sebastian Coe, who is currently running to become the president of the International Olympic Committee. He was heavily involved in the redevelopment of the Stratford area in London ahead of the Olympics in 2012.
If you create around a sporting hub, the infrastructure and the ambition to think big, you really can transform a neighborhood.
The announcement comes just days